and welcome back. If I sound a little sick today, it is because I am in fact a little sick today. It's been a very hectic and very cold weekend here. But I'm very glad to be getting back to the tanks. I know it's a 2 days late video, but I could not put one up on the weekend. I had far too much stuff on, which was very unfortunate. Now, welcome to today's games. First, we're going to talk about covering another person when you don't know enough about the game to do it automatically. When you have to really think about whether to cover another person's tank with your tank's body. Actually doing it some of the time is useful. Now, we accidentally pit the Borsig, we back up a little to let him go through, and then he stops. It's extremely helpful, so I back up and go around him. The T-29 decides he'll join in on the fun, bashes him off to the side. Unfortunate day for the little Borsig there. Anyway, we're coming up on this flank. We both have 3 heavy tanks, but we of course have a Borsig. Sorry, that STA is a medium. We have 3 heavy tanks versus 3 heavy tanks and a Borsig versus 2 heavy tanks and a medium. And as you can see, we're crushing them in damage already. And this IS-3 defender is doing a lot of damage. He does nearly 2,000 in this game, which isn't that much. And that's because nearly all of it is on this flank. Now, this IS-3 is tunneling. So he goes up, he gets a big shot in on the defender. And he really wants to get another one in on the defender. And he won't settle for me. So when I drive up in front of him, he doesn't care about the KV that's gone past him. He doesn't care about me. He's just trying to hit that IS-3. So I'm going to try and stop him hitting the IS-3 defender. And we just ram into him and face hug him, given that we have more hit points. And we save the IS-3 defender from many more shots. Now, if he'd got that first shot in a little quicker and then he'd been able to reload around to a second shot, we could have lost the IS-3 defender, which would be unfortunate because he does a lot of damage. We actually get a commendation from him after the game, which is very nice. Now, these are 2 very fast medium tanks, but because I have more hit points than them and a decent amount of DPM, I'm just going to charge right at them and rely on that IS-7, not IS-7, rely on that IS to draw a bit of aggro. They're busy crashing into things because they're fast mediums, and who doesn't love to drive a Dracula into things? This is bad. You need to remember and be aware of that. Every time you turn your tank, you're also turning your turret. The turret is, after all, an integral part of the tank. So, this game was won on that flank. We crushed the flank, taking 0 casualties. We might have lost an IS-3 defender if we hadn't pushed forwards to help and cover him. So if you are in a game and you see someone who is going to do a lot more damage than you, i.e. an IS-3 defender when you are a tier under him, probably a good idea to go up and cover for him, if it's not going to cost you anything. And it didn't cost me anything there, especially when they tunnel. Now we get a nice pat on the back from that bloke after the game. I've never heard of his clan, but I'm sure it's good. It's the Avalo Zubra. Anyway, and as you can see, that was a farewell game for my dear old Black Prince. One of my favourite tanks in the game. I know there are many people who don't like the line, but especially for someone like me who, if he's given a fast little tank, will YOLO the hell out of that thing. It's nice to have something that physically prevents you from YOLOing. You are not fast enough to do any kind of over-aggressive play in a Black Prince, or a Churchill, or a Churchill 7, which is why they're some of my favourite tanks, and some of my best win rate tanks. Now, I have picked up a new tank in that VK30H and the VK2801, but let me show you this pile of crap. This is the PZ38NA, and it is rubbish. It is rubbish. A victim of power creep. It might have been good originally, but it is terrible. Now, it is small and it is fast, but it is not a light tank. It's a medium, so it doesn't have good on-the-move camo at all. It's got terrible armor. It's got a terrible, terrible gun. You got 70 alpha on middling penetration and a 3.5 second reload. A DW2 or an M4 or any other tank with a 160 alpha gun, I'm talking any of the German ones that are not this PZ, even the Lukes will completely crush you for burst because all of his shots are going to go in and they'll crush you. So I play it as a scout. And by a scout, I mean I drive it into the enemy team, rely on the speed to not get me killed. I over-angle there. Might have been able to bounce that without damage, who knows. And basically I just go for giving the team the information it needs. I usually do not even try to shoot that much because there's very little chance that it actually goes in. And it's just a waste of money on ammo. You can tell I'm not the biggest fan of this tank. Why are you playing it, you might ask? Because I want the VK 30 point something P. That's the gun for you. Firing at the side of an AFK tank, and we bounce. It's abysmal. It really is not very good. I was hoping we'd get around there, and we nearly did, but we instead take a shot in the back and lose 3 modules and get set on fire. And that's the end of us. We could have gone past here, but we would have taken shots from the D-dub. We bounced the A20, but we then get hit by the A20 in the back and killed by the PZ4. And we exit immediately. We don't even stay to look at the rest of the battle. I do not like this tank. My win rate on it is terrible, and I'll show you guys later. It's actually decent for a tank this crap, but there you are. This tank, on the other hand, is something I've been liking a lot more since I bought it. If you're looking for something like the Churchill, but a little bit faster, and a little bit better at side scraping, with the same sort of gun, just a little bit slower to aim, bit better penetration, I think, drive the VK. It's like driving a D-dub, but it's less powerful compared to the rest of the tanks of its tier. This is a tier 6 match. We are going to take 0 damage in this game. You heard me right, 0 damage, and we are going to bounce several shots. Our first move, of course, is to follow what everyone else is doing, because we are not the highest tier. We have some very brazen tank destroyers. They're very confident. They're very happy to be out here. Maybe it's their first couple of games of the day. They don't know what's going on too much here, but they're pushing out. And I admire their confidence. And there is an ARL who is determined to stop us. But, yeah, we may stack 5 tanks against him on this flank, which I admit is not very fair, but battles were never won by being fair. I didn't shoot because I didn't want to bounce around and miss out on a shot off the top of that Hellcat, so we just waited till we could get the ARL on the side of the turret. It's got wonderful penetration for a gun, this. You very rarely will have trouble penetrating. This is a heavy tank. You see, there are very few things that bounce, that get through that glacis. We did have 5 tanks stacked up on there, but as most of you will know, if you can flank, probably a good idea to flank when there's no downside. Now, somehow we got that kill. I have no idea how. I think we shot at the exact same time as another person, except we were slightly slower. Bit of slow reflexes working for you there. And this is the advantage of numbers advantage. You have more guns. More guns mean you kill someone quicker, so you get them out of the fight quicker, so they can't shoot you back. Very slight angling there. Bounces. It wasn't intentional, but we do bounce. We bounce a lot. We're going to bounce another one here. We did bounce it. You just missed it because we shot up to 400 ping. Weird issues with that when I was trying to record today. This was my 4th attempt at a recording session, and it still cut out a couple of games in. There we are. We bounce another one. Took it in the track. It really is ridiculous the amount of bounces you get in this tank if you're angling it, even if you're not angling it. And this was my fault for not realizing I could have shot him in the turret. It would have lost us the kill, but we might have gotten an extra 150 damage in. As it is, he's tunneling on a tank that wasn't firing at him anymore. There wasn't that much he could have done, but he could have turned around quicker. And I'm going to tunnel as well. I'm going to tunnel onto this M4 and waste all of my time going in a very big circle and then turning around again. And as a result of that, we get no damage on this VK. We could totally have got a shot into this guy in the back. But we don't, because we wasted so much time turning for the M4. Tip, guys, if you are in a game and there is a very low health enemy tank and you have several tanks zooming towards it at full speed, probably go after the other tank that they're not firing at if you want to get more damage done in that game. Even if you can get the kill shot, if they're on less than 100 and the other one's on about 500, good idea to go and kill him. Repairs is an excellent skill to train on heavy tanks, by the way. It is very illustrative that the types of tanks I play. A bit of light, a lot of med, and a lot of heavy. For this field test thing, I had a great mate from the Bush Patron chat, Ian's Destroyer, from Alba, who calculated that unless you are doing tier 10 missions, it is physically impossible for you to complete that IS-2H without using gold. So to anyone who's watching this who does not have a tier 10 tank and is not getting all tier 10 missions, you're shit out of luck. And, sorry, I guess. But I'm not particularly sorry. I didn't do it. I'm not wargaming. Anyway, another issue is the spare parts. Not enough of them. VK. I have 85% crew experience on this tank. I started at 75%. And as you can see, 26 aims, 73% win rate. It's pretty good. I love this tank. It's absolutely spectacular. Even if you're playing it at low crew experience. You can see if we look at all my garage tanks, I have played the most of that Cromwell KV Comet. I do deserve my win rates in the Comet and the Cromwell. I did not play them exceptionally well the first time round, and I haven't played the Cromwell exceptionally well the second time either, although I did drive it in all of our games to beat Alba in Clan Wars, so maybe there's something there. It is a wonderful tank. If you're ever picking it up, go down that British line. Don't do it first, like I did. The two British heavy tank lines are probably, the two British lines, well, the three British lines really, probably some of the worst you can do as a new player. And I did all of them. Yeah, it's a wonder I'm still playing the game, really. Anyway, this game is where the recording decides to cut out about a second before we die. If you're driving the Leopard, you can be aggressive, but it's very easy to be suicidally aggressive. This is my problem. I can't play fast light tanks. I can't do it. The VK is better for me because it's on low crew XP, because it's more difficult for me to be stupid like this. I think, oh, I'll just go spot everyone. By the way, monster power slide. But then, of course, we meet the entire team and everybody shoots us. And that's the end of that. That is the end. Not much more you can do from there. Simply game over. Now, I will be hopefully getting back into the regular schedule of uploading. Might even do 2 videos next Saturday, maybe put out some Hearthstone content as well. I apologise if you are wanting other games. They are the ones that are easiest for me to record at the moment. Still getting the recording stuff to work on my PC. I did get a new mic today, which was very, very cool. Although I'm still messing around with that, trying to get it to work. Still messing around with this recording software, trying to get it to work because it's very temperamental. The ping's not being that nice to me either. Many challenges, but we will soldier on through and continue to create and thrive. So, good evening, good night, good morning, good day, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Just remember that if at first you do not succeed, you're not the only one who has failed.